Okay, welcome all my dear children. And I wanted to be your science friend and expect the same thing from all of you as well. I hope you all reciprocate the same thing. So our session is going to deal with these are the main important area we need to understand. Because if you don't know what is science, then probably we are not properly trying to understand what exactly the problems. So today we enjoy a lot of things, but how they all got developed, that's another important question. Who made all of them? Who invented, who innovated all this? So right now, first question for all of you, write down the question. The question looks very simple. Write down the question. The questions look very simple. What is science? What is science? So simple. The question is so simple. Sir, what is this? Why are you asking this small question today? We are there in 8th or 9th grade and all whatnot. So this question supposed to be asked in our 2nd standard or 3rd standard. But most unfortunately, without understanding something very clear, continuing further classes doesn't matter. We need to understand. So, okay, write down the question, what is science? Because what Albert Einstein said once, if you can't explain it simple, which means you don't understand well enough. Understand? మీకు తెలిసిన విషయాన్ని ఇంకెవరికైనా చాలా సింపుల్ గా గనక మీరు చెప్పలేకపోతే ఆ విషయం పట్ల మీకే అవగాహన లేదని ఆల్బర్ట్ ఐన్స్టైన్ చెప్పిన మాట. So to respect and honor that statement, instead I say that all that 30-40 years of experience, that talking to you all rocket science technology is no point. That's why I ask you the smallest tiny question today, what is science? So every day, here and then, ask yourself, what is my special request to all my young friends? That ask yourself before you go to sleep, what is science? What is science? What is science? Okay. So as n number of times you ask yourself, you will find n number of various answers. Every single answer is going to help you to understand what is science. How can be a part of a great science? Okay. So that and all you will have later. So next, after another point, you need to understand what is engineering also. That's also another important point. Note down that. What is it? Because the reason I'm asking, when I ask what is engineering to the students, those who passed out engineering colleges, they are saying no idea, sir. Then what is an engineer supposed to do? Then also they are saying no idea, sir. So what is this? How long it continues like that? So at least my school friends need to know before they take option of doing engineering. They must know what is engineering, what an engineer supposed to do. Then they can better do that. Okay. Engineering is a process. So you need to know. So what is science? What is engineering? And finally, what is technology? Okay. So who makes all this? Like who prepares this technology? And what an engineer is supposed to do? What is the process of engineering? And how science can help all this, like engineering and technology. We need to work. Those who are interested to work with me, I'll make them understand in deeper about all this area. Okay, now finally, how can we interlink them? That's more important, my dear friends. So write down from your side, what is science, engineering, technology? But my ultimate question for all of this is, how can we interlink them? That is more important. How can we interlink them? This because without a connection between all of them, what works? Now another most important question, my dear friends, where is science? Note down this. This is very important question. Because a lot of students thinking that the science is in the textbooks, the school textbooks. Is it? Science is in the textbooks or somewhere else? So where is science? The most important next question is going to come. How science helps humanity? So today's our special session is science in daily life and science for humanity. Write down, science for humanity. How we are going to connect whatever science you know to the humanity. How science helps humanity. This is most important. If people, we are all people. So we are all human beings. So we have to have the humanity. So how science can help raising the humanity? That's a question for all of you. Okay. So how do we develop science to raise the humanity? So for that, you need to know what is humanity. So write down what all that you know about humanity. How can I raise humanity? Through science. How science can be part of raising humanity. That's very essential. So science for humanity. Write down science for humanity. Now today, my dear friends, the most important point for the entire session, the main, since last 10 years, I dedicatedly working for this entire nation, reached more than 500 and 550 schools all across the nation to raise children's scientific temper and then put them in a scientific method. So you need to understand what is scientific temperament and what is scientific method. Write down. Once you know what to know, what is to be known, then tomorrow you will find answers for all this. That's why I'm asking you to write down this. So you need to raise your scientific temper, and then how do we go into a proper scientific method? That is more important. Or otherwise, only simply days going back, months going back, years going back, and our age is going day by day more and more, and ultimately we are not achieving much. But if we follow a scientific method, yes, definitely we can account for that, what all the time we spent and learn lot many things. So note on that. Now this slide is saying all about very simple points like problems and solutions. Very important. So what are all the problems and how the solutions can be developed for those problems? So a lot of people always say problem, 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 problem. But actually, frankly speaking, if problems are not there, there is no question of developing solutions for those problems. So having problem is not a problem. Write down. Having a problem is not a problem. Having a problem is not a problem. Not having a problem is a problem. So having a problem is not a problem. Okay, write down. So once the problems are there in front of you, then you will raise your personality to solve those problems. So you wanted to raise your personality or not? So personality in the sense, not the physical personality, okay? Both mental and physical. So that's another important point. So today, what are all the great benefits we are enjoying the science, through the science, like, what all, so many solutions. They're all, great scientists worked very great, and then finally. Okay. Now, how science grow? So this is all about questioning. Okay. Once some great person told, children are born scientists. I could not understand at that time how can be a just born kid is a great scientist. So later I understood. So people, children right from the birth, they keep on their inquisitiveness, like knowing something. So that is what is an observation. So children need to have questions. So I like questioning minds. I wanted to work with all the questioning minds of my nation, young minds. Okay, young friends, young students, young India. So questions are important. How do we get questions? That is more important. So the reason today I invited my little friend, 6 years old student, Mr. Charvik from Guntur. He is now there in Guntur. Basically, he studies in Bangalore. So what Charvik said is, he is the one made me understand question can be anything. You only told me. Otherwise, I never know what is this. Okay, question can be anything. So question can be anything. Write down. Question can be anything. No one can stop you asking questions. That's what he told me. He's there today in the session somewhere. I need to see him later once the session is over. Okay. So write down. Very important. Question can be anything. Question has no definition. Question has no definition. Question can be anything. We need to solve it. So, how question come? Question only come when you observe something. So, you remember Sir C.V. Raman, you all know Sir C.V. Raman. Sir C.V. Raman, while he is coming from Europe, he always keep on observing the sky is blue and the sea is blue. So, then he added a question to that particular his observation. Why the sky is blue? Why the sea is blue? That's where he became a Nobel Prize winner in 1930, Physics Nobel laureate from India. And he is the only one science Nobel laureate from India so far. So why I mean to say all about it is way back. After 10 years, it will be 100 years. So it is going to the population of India today 130 crores, might be another 150 crores by the time next 10 years. 150 crores Indian intellectuals could not produce next Sir C.V. Raman. So it should not be the case. So I wish all of my students will work on to this area and then they'll achieve much, much better. Okay, so solve the things. Critical questions. I'm going to ask you some critical questions today. For example, at this point of time, I'm going to ask you one critical question. I hope you all enjoy drinking coconuts. Yes or no? Coconuts. Yes or no? Coconuts. You all enjoy drinking coconuts? Very good. But you never ask yourself a question, how the water go into the coconut? You like coconut water. You ask, you cut the coconut and put a straw into that and you enjoy the coconut water. But you never ask yourself how the coconut water go into the coconut. So this is a critical question. So how school education can help you? Likewise, there are so many questions. For example, if you switch on a lamp, how much time it is taking to the bulb on? From the switch, the power has to go from the switch to the bulb. How much time it is taking? So, do you think that it is going to be there in your textbook? No. But however, textbook knowledge will help you, make you understand such kind of. So, for example, if you know the train will never come to your home like your car. Okay. So, why the trains are made? So, tricky question. And you have a ceiling fan. If you switch on the ceiling fan, you are happy, cool, whatnot, air comes on you. But you never ask yourself a question. If I switch off, why the air not coming on me? If I switch on again, yeah, I'm comfortable. So what makes, how the air comes on me? What is the functional mechanism behind the ceiling fan? How it works? So these are the things, so many. Like for example, there are diesel cars, there are petrol cars. And if you put a petrol into diesel car, it will not work. So what is the difference? And similarly, there are so many things. Like suppose if I ask you, what is the most heaviest part of the bus? You will all say engine. But to carry the load of the engine, there is only one tire in the front. There are so many more tires behind. You never ask yourself question. So why is that they did like that? So if you ask a question, critical question like this yourself, then probably you'll find better answers for yourself. Because imagination is more important than the knowledge. Knowledge is limited to whichever book you study. So you need to work with imagination all of the time, which is what I did from my school days. Okay. Anyway, there are so many such kind of questions I can always ask you. And we can discuss all about such kind of questions. Okay, on the way. Now, you see the few more tricky questions, critical questions. Why air in the tires? You all have the cycles, bicycles, cars and whatnot, trucks, buses, but they all have the tires. Okay. So there are some interesting questions. Helicopter has got one tail rotor. The main rotor anyway it requires to lift the helicopter up. But why the another small tail rotor? How that helps? So you always apply, the bathing, how the bathing soap works. Why do you need a shampoo actually for your, why can't you use the bathing soap? Why you need a shampoo? A small question, but you never. How your remote control works? So if you raise the volume, it will not change the channel. If you change the channel, it will not raise the volume. So how dedicatedly they are all working in the same remote control box. You need to think all about this kind of questions. Okay. These days, whenever you go to any supermarket, so they just scan it, and the price of that goes into the billing and all that. So how the barcode works? So you have a refrigerator at home, and if you don't have the split AC or window AC, when you open the refrigerator, you feel cool. So why can't you keep it open so that it can work as a AC machine? Another question. Can it work like AC machine or not? These days, alteration is a big problem. So in everything, they make something else. So how do we understand? What are the ways we can? Can electricity travel in the air or only electricity travel in the cables? Another important question. Yeah, the first question, note down the first question because you're all using that electrical cooker. Write down the first question. How do the electrical cooker knows like when to stop? Because everybody using electrical cooker. But the biggest problem, the reason we all use the electrical cooker because it stops nicely the moment it exactly cooks. But my question, how the electrical cooker knows the rice well cooked? That is more important. Yes? Yes, sir. How the electrical cooker knows? Exactly, it stops the moment rice cooked. Yeah, this is the most interesting question. Hmm. You all know sugarcane. It is sweet. There are so many different fruits having their own tastes. But who makes all these different tastes? Okay, that's very interesting question. You need to, like, suppose say you take the last question. There are so many different flowers, but all do they have a different fragrance and different colors? How beautiful it is. But who colors them? And the way the fragrance differs from every flower to flower. How beautiful is this question? So you need to understand. Okay. If at all students trying to understand such kind of tricky, interesting questions from school days, then they will become pioneers of science. This is very important question. Like suppose say if my mother switches on her split AC, last night 2 buckets of water came out of the AC because one bucket is full around 20 liters. Then in the midnight at around 1 o'clock, I went and saw that is full. I just thrown that water out, and the next again by morning 6 o'clock, another one bucket is full. Now suddenly I found like how this split AC is giving so much of water. From where this water? No one is going to pour the water into AC machine, but how the AC machine gives so much of water out? Like you all seen that every AC machine, you know how this water comes out of this AC machine. So I don't know. We need to find out this. Okay.